a lot of talk, a lot of speculation about the MPC key. We got it in here right now, and since I'm not qualified to play the keys, I thought I would get a real professional. So I got a singer, songwriter, producer, a very talented brother right here by the name of Dillio. And that's what we're gonna do in this video.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check out this thing. We see what the exterior of this thing looks like, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop the trunk or pop the hood of this thing and see what's under there. See what's going on with the mechanics, look at the oscillators, do that nerd shit that I get into, and see what's going on.
All right, let's get it.
All right, we got a whole suite of sounds right here, smorgasbord of plugins. You know I gotta go under the hood, check out these sounds, see how they play, because it matters when you play, at any level. Just having a good key bed is an important thing. That was one of my biggest concerns, was how good is the key bed? Is it going to feel like a lot of those MIDI controllers, or is it going to feel like a workstation? So I got into the keys right there, and I have to tell you that the keys do feel pleasing. I feel felt under the keys. You ever played a keyboard and played those keys and you just felt that click, that clack and everything, but here you do feel like a very pleasing. You feel like you can get a little aggressive on the keys. If you've ever been, you know how I do. So we're messing with the Studio EP first. And the interesting thing about the Studio EP is that it does give you that meat and potatoes basic EP sound. And that's one of the things I was concerned about, because of what happens is a lot of times we get a lot of Rhodes presets that sound very dressed up with choruses and all that stuff, when sometimes all I really want is just a basic Rhodes, so you can still hear a little bit of chorus, but if I take off that chorus, definitely sounds good, and I like a nice basic Rhodes sound. And I can see right there poly, that must mean something right there, where you can change the polyphony of these things in case you want to break it down and make room for other things. But it's got a good, these keys feel like workstation keyboards, so there's definitely something different going on. Like I said, you can feel the felt underneath the keys, which is good. And just looking at the different models they have here, we got the Wurlitzer, seeing the load screen there. So that's really fun right there. Very pleasing sound. And then on top of that, because you got the Air plugins, you can go ahead, add that stereo pan to give you that nice neo soul sound. So going back just to playing that popular song everybody knows, just letting it load up. Low end on the, so you definitely got room there, and the EQ on the bottom end if you want to make that sub vibrate a little bit on that bass notes. Yeah. That church run out here, a lot of church musicians play. So let's go ahead and go back to the menu. Let's browse some more sounds. So like I see that we got a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and do the organ, and the one thing that kind of jarred me a little bit was trying to get to the edit, the presets, where's the edit button? So on this Akai, with my muscle memory based on the MPC 1 and the live, edit is the button you want to go to edit that program to where you can see that stuff. And now you got the, thanks to Abe. Right, and thanks to Abe, he let me know. It's like, yo man, it's right here. I was like, oh. So if you have an established muscle memory of how to navigate your MPCs, you will have a small learning curve because things are arranged a little bit different. But obviously, as you get will time behind this thing, you're going to be good. I like these drawbars. Yeah, yeah. tremolo, that Leslie speed up and slow down. And I'm not getting on these aggressive on these keys with those whole slides because, you know, trying to respect.
And that's cool too because this thing actually it has weight.
Yeah, it has some weight.
And that was the thing that I was concerned about. I was like, man, what if this thing is like extremely light and I'm extremely aggressive myself?
Yeah. So for those who need to, you know, get that, and I know I'm not doing it right. I know the keyboard players who play. You can. It almost feels like B3ish, and I'm not gonna say fully B3ish because, you know, the B3 is so light on the keys when you press it, so you can really move fast. I'm not that fast, but you don't feel like you're going to break it. You know, you don't feel like you're going to suffer. Like it's a key bed. It's a good key bed. Let's check out this piano real quick. But yeah, under the hood with that, obviously I can go in there into the menu, and I browse this way because my muscle memory is this way. Whereas
that sounds
right. So this is cool. Yeah. But if I want to move quick and create, right? Where's that? Boom. Give me right there. Yeah. Boom. And I'm touching that button there, you know. So those who probably might not have an MPC may say, okay, I need to browse my sounds here. And so let's do a little scenario right quick, so which kind of segues into the studio strings. Studio strings right there. Edit. Now we got a nice display here in the box, which is cool. And maybe I want to go a little orchestra, smooth strings. You got some good low end. Yeah.
You got that G code too. You got that sustain pedal in there.
Right.
All the keyboard heads, they can rest easy because you use foot switch and all that. And I think that's dope.
Yeah, I messed up and forgot my volume pedal because I wanted to put that volume pedal on that organ. But the sustain pedal, you got it, so you're chilling. Right? So you in there. You know, once again, developing my muscle memory as I navigate. We did it at the stage piano, stage EP, OP4. Now, the OP4 sounds good, but it has its own character. So don't expect, and I had expectation, all right, I want this OP4 to sound like a DX7 because it's FM synthesis, but that's not necessarily the case. It has its own flavor. And I'll show you how it has its own flavor because we can navigate to the keys and look for, like, say, a kind of like that tine. Similar, but not quite DX7. But FM synthesis is so much bigger than the EP pianos. So like here, this is like my go-to chord progression. Everybody knows I play this all the time on my streams. But it's very expressive. A lot of FM synthesis is very expressive. You know, and then what else we got? We got that Fabric XL, which is a whole suite of things. Interesting thing about this is that if I go to edit, we can see there where we got two different things that you can combine together. And just to go under the hood a little bit, each layer has its own oscillator, your key grouping. You can detune here, like a synthesizer, you can detune, you know. Open that semi back down. Come back to the main. And the interesting thing is to say, if you want to like do something on your own, you can go ahead and select your kind of like your banks, and then you have wavetable groups, pre-sample wavetable groups right up in there. So let's look at this. Let's play it this one. I haven't messed with this one. Acoustic guitars. And and then you can mute the other oscillator. Now I pick guitar and I'm driving in. Let me see if I can just find a main preset. So let's see right here. So I'm just looking through layout. So acoustic guitars, tenderness. So as you can see, you got instant layering. So a lot of good sounds in there. So it's a good instant way to get going. Let's look at some of these synthesizer basses. Monophonic, like analog. The keys let me flow with it, you know, and I don't get scared to just go in and dive right into it.
This is grown man stuff right here.
It's grown man. It's big boy. It's big boy stuff right here.
If you're in your teens, by the way, and you're trying to get into this kind of production or whatnot,
get
it, earn it, live it for your life. You don't have to go to different stuff, but you're going to.
Right.
I mean, that's just the nature of being a musician.
Yeah.
You get one thing, you love it, do your thing, and then more gear follows after that.
Exactly. But like I said, like a suite like this, you move into it, you stay for a while because there's a lot to explore. Yeah. And you develop that and get your sound, and then you can see other stuff come out. Like, I'm good because I'm home here and I got everything I'm doing, and everything I'm hearing that you're doing, I could do right here. Boom. You know, so I think that's good. Yeah, definitely somebody starting out.
Speaking of which, FL Gang, you see them migrating to this?
That's what's going on. Catch me up on that. They.
Well, yeah, I have ran into a couple of the multi-platinum FL producers out there that have wanted to get into the MPC. Right. You know, they're having their little struggle with it. Because it's a rhythm thing, but I think they're getting what I got from it. I came from FL. I was making beats on the PlayStation.
Okay,
so that much is the deal there. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, I came a long way because I dealt with the FL Studio thing back when it was 2.4.5. I migrated over to Reason, hung out there for a little bit, then stepped back into FL Studio, then visited Ableton, hung out over there for a little bit. And when these lives came out and the X came out, I said, okay, now it's time for me to go ahead and get an MPC, and I moved in. And I've been staying ever since. Ain't no email on here, man. Ain't no, I don't know. It's a different experience, and it's something you have to try it out for yourself to see if it's a difference for you, you know. And I think it's cool. That's why I say ASR experience, because it's a sampling keyboard. And even the display on that was very limited. You had dot matrix. You understand what I'm saying? So you couldn't really see much. So you had to listen till you found that right sound. Yeah, so I'm a fan of that. It's a different workflow. I moved into this and I just been kind of chilling, and I haven't been looking around feeling like I'm missing out.